All right. Chapter 939 of One Piece. An old horse knows the way. It's called, then when they spell this chapter, it's like Hyourse. Like they spell horse wrong, but they make it like Hyourse. It's kind of weird. The cover chapter starts off with Jinbei with, I think he's getting a haircut or something. He's pretty much like, there's a crab behind him. He's got his claws and he's just like, all right, Jinbei, let me give you the fresh cut real quick. Like the last chapter, if you guys don't remember, it was like when Zoro took out the other samurai, the one of the Orochi's men, the assassin, and he basically took him out. He was out conscious. Mononosuke's older sister was Okiku. She basically took him. She took him to a safe place, and yeah, okay. So in this chapter, it starts off with, he wakes up. She's over here surprised, happy that, oh my god, are you do you know Monomosuke? Monososuke? Momososuke? Mono Hold on, I'm like reading it right here. Momonosuke's yeah, it's pretty much saying like Zoro's over here surprised, like, are you Mononosuke's sister? And he's over here surprised, like, what? You're his sister? And he's like, your older sister? And she's basically like over here, she's surprised and then she's scared. She's like, you might be Mononosuke's friend, you might be his enemy, and she's over here panicking and everything. Zoro explains to her nice and calmly, like, no, don't worry, I'm his ally. Ally, ally. Regardless, she basically explains the situation to him, telling him, we got separated a long time ago, 20 years ago. She talks about how they basically disappeared. They got sent back in the future, and she was left by herself. And then Zoro's over here like, okay, I understand the situation, but like, why didn't you go with them? And she's over here saying, well, they wanted me to stay because they didn't understand, like they didn't know if they went, like if their plan didn't go correctly, they wanted somebody from the past to basically stay so that the bloodline will still continue. So I'm assuming that they probably didn't really think that they would survive. So then she starts talking about, Zoro asks her, well, how, like, like what happened? And she basically explains to them it was tough to survive. And she's like, oh, one of my father's retainers, Kawamatsu the Kappa. If you guys don't know, when Luffy first came to the island, he met somebody with a demon mask. I forgot his name exactly. But he met him, and I'm assuming that's the Kappa. That's Kawamatsu. I'm assuming that's him because he's basically a nice, cheery man. It's like, if you guys think back of the Doflamingo arc, Rebecca's father, basically when he got turned into a toy, he took care of her like during the whole time from child to like when she was like 15 or so. Like right now she's like 15 or 16, something like that. I'm not sure what age she is right now, but he took care of her while she didn't know anything. Made her laugh, did all this and that. With Kawamatsu, he did the same thing with her, but with not Rebecca, but I think I keep forgetting, it's Okiku, but Mononosuke's pretty much sister. Took care of her, saved her, gave her food when he couldn't even eat himself. And in this chapter, if you guys don't know, we actually got presented the 9 red scabbards. Like we actually, like, they told us who the red scabbards are. So we got Kiyomon, Kanjuro, Raizo, Okiku, Inuarashi, Nekomoshi, and the other three we haven't presented yet, but I'm assuming that we already know who they are. So as we go on, Kawamatsu, has been taking care of her for such a long time, kept her safe, done all this and that. And right now the capital supposedly is in the chaos because, if you guys don't know, the symbol that they were basically showing around, the symbol that basically they were gonna the revolt, it got spread out. And Zoro explains to her that, yeah, that information, it's a good thing that we spread that out. It helped them like spread it out faster. But the meetup location was pretty much like found out already. So it's like, okay, right now Zoro explains that they're in like there. It's good to have a bunch of allies here right now, but like he says it in a way where, we have a lot of boatmen now, but on our boat isn't exactly moving the way we want to go. So it's like, okay, so want to go this way, do we want to go that way? Like, what are we supposed to do right now? We're all spread out. What's the plan here? They're doing that. And then Zoro keeps going that he's gonna rest and he's gonna try to sleep and all that stuff. Now, this is the exciting part of the chapter. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I mean, we gotta find out 9 scabbards and all that, and Zoro, and yeah. But this chapter, oh my god, we finally find out what happened to Law's crew. And if we go back, we're in the later chapters, we're in the Rasetsu, I think it's called Rasitsu District Prison, aka the Prisoner Showcase. So he's basically saying he finds a bunch of people that was working under Orochi's crew. The people that were on Orochi's crew had the symbol themselves, and the plan was exposed, and they got found out. So they were put in this prison, right? And as we're going down, we're shown like the prison itself, like the whole layout, and it's like there's a bunch of spears, spears like going against the prison. And as it's going, they're saying that look, take a very close look, that if on the worst possible scenario, if anybody if anybody keeps running their mouths, this is what's gonna happen to them. And in this little scene, we get presented Law's crew, and in the what they basically say, the panda, I forget the panda's name, but he says, "Captain will definitely believe us. This is the worst possible situation. I hope they don't think we ran our mouths." And if you don't see, they're basically literally tattered, they're bloody, they're all covered in blood, messed up, and laying against the prison, which is kind of messed up. It's like, damn, okay, so the woman ninja, the part of the ninja crew, it basically was like, when she was overreacting, I think a couple chapters ago, or last chapter, he was telling they might have spilled the information already, they might have done this and that, and over here they're explaining, nah, we did not do that. So if we go a little bit further, so we get, after this, we go back to the prison where Luffy is at, in the Udon prison. And right here, we see Luffy fighting an alpaca. And the alpaca is over here screaming with the sword. He's over here, paka, 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 paka. And we see the guy inside the jail cell, the mystery guy. And he's over here saying, I want to sumo wrestle too. We're assuming that this guy might be part of the 9 scabbards. We don't exactly know if he is, but if he is, then that's great. That's not a bad situation. So then we get somebody new. He's one of the gifters. His name is Modelo Man. This man is carrying literally 2 guns, and people are saying, drop your guns, Armadillo Man. And this man's like, nah, we're gonna use this because this is an execution. And there goes I think it's Queen or King. He's basically saying, these fools they actually think that they can take down Luffy with a pair of guns. And Luffy's over here the old dude, what's his name, Gramps, he calls him Gramps. He's basically guiding Gramps, going, bend your knees, jump, run to the left, run to the right. He's telling him all these directions to go to block the enemy's attacks. So basically Luffy is doing what he's telling Gramps, he's using observation haki to look into the future and telling Gramps, okay, you go this way. That's pretty cool. That's you can tell that his observation haki is already improved by such an amount that keep going from there. And from there, he guides the old grandpa to basically run to the right, bend down, dodge the attack from he's fighting he's fighting the alpaca. The Gramps is fighting alpaca, and then Luffy's fighting the armadillo, and he guides Grandpa to basically knock out the alpaca, and that's pretty cool. He got a W real quick. He took out an enemy. So here goes Luffy again. Everybody's surprised in the prison, like, oh my god, like, yo, what? Grandpa's like that strong? And the Grandpa himself, he's over here saying, can you see the future? What is that? And Luffy's over here just smiling, training still. So as it's going, Luffy starts trying to fight the armadillo, and he covers his arm in armament haki. And as he's about to punch the armadillo, he stops his movements because he's like, okay, no, that's wrong. That's not the way how I want to hit him. This is just normal armament haki. So he's basically, and then he has like a little flashback, and well, he's basically, he grabs Grandpa, starts running around and stuff, and then he asks Grandpa, why do you keep pulling your punches? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not really like fighting them. And Luffy's over here like, no. I see, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like fight him with a different style of haki. And he's over here trying to like, remember back when he was seeing Rayleigh, how he basically repelled what's his name, the elephant, and then we have the other one, you know, the fat round marine that we saw in Seabody, not Seabody, was it Seabody? Yeah, it was Seabody when they came back from the 2-year time skip. So and then the old grandpa's like, wait a minute, hold on, Straw Hat. He says, here in Wano, we also have an ability like that. It's called it is transferred to a sword from the user's body, so that when we want to cut something, our sword will cut even the thickest of steels. And when we don't want to cut something, we can't even cut the thinnest of paper. So he's telling him that he's basically covering the swords in armament hockey, and he knows that. And he's like, a long time ago, I learned a technique from a sword master. And this is the funny part of this whole little training arc, that like it's Oda like does some random stuff sometimes. Like, I don't know. For this itself, I'm assuming that this old grand probably gonna be like one of the 9 scabbards. I'm like betting on it right now. That's pretty much why he knows this much information, and Luffy, and like he's becoming like somebody like really involved in the story right now with the prison. And then Grandpa's like, okay, so please watch this. He goes to the alpaca real quick. He goes to him, he covers his arm in armament hockey, and then like he does it. It's like in a weird like type of like image. He goes like this. It's like you see like his whole face turns like armament. His it's like a shadow. And then he goes to the alpaca. He goes like this. He doesn't literally touch him, but he like repels him away really like with a strong force. And Luffy's over here like he deflected it. That was he did what Rayleigh did. Everybody's looking at Grandpa like, oh my god, Grandpa Hyo basically just destroyed him. Like, he's done. He's pretty much he's still got some life in him. And Luffy's over here like, you can teach me. You can teach me how to do that. And that's how the chapter basically ends off of. And I'm over here like, okay, so Luffy pretty much got a pass on that. He pretty much learned it. I don't know. It's like everything that Oda did. I don't know. It's been a very weird arc, because being in the prison, it's like, okay, so Luffy's had more privilege to do whatever he wants. He's been able to do more in Kaido's land than he should be. Comparing it to Big Mom, when Big Mom pretty much kept sending people after him. They tortured him. They kept him at bay. If you don't remember, in Big Mom's story arc, the bookman, he basically put Luffy inside the book with Nami. Penetrated the middle of his hands against the wall, so he can't move. In this, Luffy can literally do whatever he wants. It's like they're kind of more lenient. This is pretty much like a build-up chapter. It's like, okay, we're gonna be going from here. Now Luffy's gonna learn a way of how to train a little bit stronger. I kind of want to see the same thing. I feel like now that we got this, they're probably not gonna show Luffy the next chapter. They're probably gonna show Zoro, because we still gotta see we gotta see the whole crew get stronger. If you guys don't know, the people that know hockey, for example, Usopp, if Usopp knew observation hockey and a little bit of armament hockey, he'd be strong. He'd be stronger than what he already is. Sanji, we really haven't actually seen him like go full force on anybody, to be honest. That's pretty much it. Like the main 4 people that Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Now I say Usopp is one of the top 4, because nobody else knows hockey except we don't know about Brook. Brook could have been learned hockey, but he probably doesn't. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I feel like I'd rate this chapter 8 out of 10, because it's more of a learning experience. It's building up, but it's not like I think 8 out of 10 is a pretty good number. Regardless, let me know what you guys think about the chapter. I'm gonna leave the chapter link down below if you guys want to read it yourselves. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. You guys take care, and peace.